everybody? It's your boy the Kryptonian saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 646. And this was a good chapter, man. This is a good chapter showing the Straw Hats making light work out of everybody as part of the new Fishman Pirates. And this is what's clear to me, right? This was clear to me. If the Straw Hats would have fought these guys pre-time skip, these fights would have been a lot closer. A whole hell of a lot closer. But the fact that they're completely opening up a can of whip ass on them so easily, right, lets me know that the battles that are to come, right, like the Fishman Islands basically teasing the new world. It's like, you know, Oda just stuck the tip in and let it marinate for a second. Now he's about to go all the way in. And so if that's the case, and this is where we're getting ready to go, I can't wait to see the fights going forward. And like out of all the Straw Hats who had their fights, I'd say the one that probably impresses me the most is gonna be Usopp. Okay, and the reason I say Usopp is Usopp has like some type of attack, right? Where, you know, he's got all the trees, not the trees, but all the buds and everything, and all these seeds he collected on the island he was on. Makes total sense. And I like how he set up the booby trap and everything ahead of time, and it's showing the strategy on his part. You know, Usopp was part of that weakling trio, right? And so I like the fact that we do see Usopp stepping up to the plate. I like that we see that. That is key. But at the same time, he's got some type of attack where it takes the shape of this huge animal, and he says, I'm going to warn you. Like, the shockwave this thing can create is 3 meters across. And it's just like 3 meters. That's pretty fucking big. Like, Usopp is a major player now. Like, I'd almost go off to say this. This is going to sound crazy. This is going to sound crazy because pre-time skip Usopp, Luffy, you know, Luffy made light work of him, right? But one of the things that I would venture out to say is that Usopp pre-time skip, not pre-time skip, post-time skip, could probably kick Zoro, who fought all along's ass. And granted, I know. Hear me out for a second. That Zoro that fought all along, I mean, he was like chopped up. Like Mihawk, you know, back, you know, for the long time viewers, man, you guys know, like I got a hold of bad translation, and I was just like, I was reading it, and I fucked up on my own too, and I was just like, Mini Hawk, you know, so throwback to that, you know, go check out those if you want to have a good laugh. I was calling him Mini Hawk, but this is the thing, right? When you look at that, right, like Mihawk fucked Zoro up, cut him up to the point where all along was looking at him and looked like, you know, he had seen a ghost, and he was like, how the fuck are you fighting me when you got this many bandages on you and you're barely left standing? So that Zoro was pretty strong, but that should tell you how strong this post-time skip Usopp is, at least in my opinion. But I thought that was impressive. I also like the fact that when Brook was fighting, right? Brook, you know, he's got, you know, one of the guys that was, you know, going through and, you know, trying to kill off all his men, and Brook basically says, oh, that's your circle. Oh, that's cute. That's your range. Hey, guess what, dude? I've already beat you. Slashes this dude to bits, and I like how Brooks, you know, as he's you know, getting like the lyrics and everything together, you know, he's, you know, one of the things he says is like, yeah, I hope in the afterlife, you know, you create a gust so great that it lifts up all the skirts. It's like you see the personality in there because you see the perverted nature of Brook in there, because it's like this dude just want to see panties. That's his thing. I mean, I get it. That's one of the tropes, you know, jokes that kind of, you know, runs on. So I like that was in character. And then with Franky, you know, Franky is the same thing. You know, Franky's like, yeah, man, you ain't gonna do squid, you know, because he can't say shit, but he's like, you ain't gonna do squid. It's a play on words. Then all of a sudden, Franky is just like, oh, that's a cute attack. Watch this, and it's totally in character because he's got those plans from Dr. Vega Plunk, not Plunk, but Vega Punk, and you know, Franky almost blew up the whole fucking island on one of those cover stories, man. And so what I think is interesting is the fact that just like with Franky, you know, Franky is a super pervert. and he's like Brook is a lech. So a lecherous, dirty old man is different than a pervert. The lecher is on a completely different level. Franky's just a perv. Like it's just like it is what it is. That's why like one of his things was like, hey, I got a third eye down there. I mean that's his thing. The searchlight and all that. Like so in this one, Oda just did it with the symbolism. He says like, yeah, okay, that's pretty cute right there. That's a pretty big attack. Guess what? Mine's bigger. You know where that's going. So I like what you see there, and I like how when that huge explosion goes off, Oda doesn't waste his panels. He has Nami and Robin just look, and it's just like it's there because they're in stunned shock over just how big it is. Okay, like they can't believe how big it is, and then pun intended, joke intended. But the other thing that I found interesting is the fact that Nami was just looking like a fool. She wasn't just looking like a snack. Alright, she wasn't looking like a snack. Nami looking like a fresh cooked Thanksgiving meal. Alright, like Nico Robin was looking like dog scraps, like the table scraps you give to the dogs. But Nami was looking like full fresh cooked Thanksgiving meal. Like not just any Thanksgiving meal, like Thanksgiving meal for like the whole fucking family and the family next door. I just have to throw that in there because in case you guys forgot, Nami is here, right? Nami's here. Yes, I'm pointing down, and the reason I'm pointing down is because Nami is just so amazing right now that she can't even be on camera. She can't even be on camera, which is why Nico Robin don't even get to be in the building while this shit is filming. So, with that being said, I do want to kind of switch gears. I did like the fact that Sanji, you want to talk about a no-fap challenge? That's what Sanji did, yo. Because this dude was like, I was on that island for 2 years. I went through hell. I saw all these cross-dressing women with these big hairy legs, these mustaches, cross-dressing men trying to cross-dress like women. I had to train with their ass, and he literally gets on fire. He literally gets on fire. And the team up with Sanji and Jinbe was really cool. But just the fact that this dude is able to channel his rage to that level. Oh man, Sanji, it's like they can cook wherever. Because this dude can just think back to his time on the island. And bam, he's got a fresh meal for Luffy. And I like how, again, you see the quirks with each of their fights. Each of Straw Hats fights, you just see their itty bitty quirks just kind of creep in some ways symbolic, in other ways it's right there in your face. And with Sanji, it's the cooking. It's like, yeah, the first way you cook a puffer fish is you drain the poison out of it, and then you heat it up, and it's because he's getting ready to cook this ass. So I like that. I like that right there. Now with Zoro, this was another interesting one, right? This is another interesting one because with Zoro's just looking and he's like, oh, yeah, I can't fight somebody who lost their will to fight. I can't do it. Good luck, you frog. The dude gets fucking triggered, has this poisonous swords. He's getting ready to attack Zoro with this back turn, which is a total bitch move, by the way. Zoro ain't having it. This one was some attack called, it's Purgatory something. I'm not going to butcher the second part of it, but he hits him with the attack, and Zoro basically says like, hey, look, man, small fish, big pond, know your fucking place. I'm paraphrasing, but I like the fact that Zoro just nipped this shit in the bud. And with Zoro, if that's the best swordsman on Fishman Island, then so be it. But with Zoro, that's his thing though. He's trying to be a swordsman, but clearly whatever training he did with Mihawk has him on a completely different level. And I don't think we've seen even a fraction of the strength that Zoro has, which is interesting because we are seeing Luffy's power. So my chapter question to you guys, I'm going to keep this one really fucking simple. Really fucking simple. Out of all the Straw Hats we saw fight in this chapter with how they wrap things up, who were you most impressed with? Were you least impressed like I was with what you saw with Chopper? Or were you most impressed with Usopp like me? Or were you completely opposite? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. Have a